Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show for you today. Big Greg, what's up, big dog? How we doing?
Good. Happy Tuesday. Sorry for the technical difficulties yesterday, but glad we were able to hop on, give you guys a winner, and let's have a good week.
It's good to see you, buddy. It's good to see everybody in the crew. Hope you're doing well. Rick said, let's go. Let's go indeed. Liddy said, good morning, everybody. I love it. Slick Rick, Chet Holmgren, over 18 and a half points, jumping right into it. Matty boy, hey, gang, what's up, brother? What is good, man? Good to see you. My man, Wildcat, some monster games today. Yes, sir, indeed. Justin, what up, AB? Crew, let's have ourselves a day. Going to see Italy versus Cubs spring training today with my buddy who flew from Napoli to Arizona. Let's go. Justin, that is awesome, man. Give your buddy a dap up from us, man. That is fantastic. Enjoy some great baseball. Big Zach, good morning, everyone. Good morning, buddy. Oh, man, I love it. All right, so let's jump into it for today. Now, Greg, and everybody keep dropping hellos, thoughts in the chat. I'll get to them. I promise you. Matty, I said, good morning, gang. Good morning, big dog. Good to see you. All right, so, Greg, unfortunately, we didn't have you yesterday. We had a technical difficulty with the camera. However, you came through, big boy, so nice job. Holy Cross money line. Nailed it right there. Me, not so much. Loyola got whooped. And this right here, okay, I had questions from some folks saying, AB, you're a little hard on Stanford. This is exactly why. The moment that you have to depend on Stanford to just get you a win, to pair that with Arizona. Yeah. Avi said, AB, can you add a closed caption for this? For those of us in the office? Yes, I can, man. I think I have to do it before the show. So let me figure that out. But yeah. And if anybody has any other technical, let me pull this off. If anybody else has any other technical things that would help, say it. I promise. I'll figure it out. Hawk, that Washington minus 1.5 spike bet sure worked out yesterday. It did, brother. I was thinking about you last night. Literally, man. That was funny, dude. I was like, dude, Hawk's going to love that. All right. So, all right, Greg, great job yesterday. Now, what did we see? Baseball, it was weird. It was your Monday. Now, basketball, what do we have? Duke, 93-64 win over NC State. This Duke team continues defensively, offensively. They're just a machine. And then Arizona, 73-57 win over Iowa State last night. A huge win there for Arizona. All right, now, Greg, we're going to jump into it for today, but we have to get to one thing, a headline, before we jump into college baseball and college basketball. My man, we have to pay respects today. Let's go. Rivergate Mall, Nashville staple, is closing for good. You could read the article right there. Nashville, Tennessee. Rivergate Mall has permanently closed, marking the end of a 54-year run as a retail and community hub. All right, I wouldn't stop the show if it weren't important. And anyone who's lived in Nashville, been in Nashville, knows exactly what this is. Rivergate Mall was the spot. Greg, let me take you back to 1997, okay? A young AB and his baseball buddies, all right, hanging around the mall, 12 years old, just walking around with like $10, right? Trying to meet girls, doing what, you know what I mean? Like just being dumb. This mall was that spot for everyone in Nashville. It wasn't the prettiest mall, but that's why we liked it, because it was real. It was one level, all right? It was kind of built like a cross inside. And the food court, I've got to pay it respect. And one in particular, Teriyaki Express, the greatest food court place of all time. Again, if anyone has spent time in Rivergate Mall, they know exactly what I'm talking about with Teriyaki Express. And these folks would be giving out the free samples, Greg, left and right. And they were fire. You wanted everything to do with Teriyaki Express. It was the spot. So, yep, look, Jeff, people came from 100 miles to shop there, 100%, man. So I had to pay respect. Jeff, you know what I'm talking about, Rivergate Mall. And anyone who knows, Rivergate Mall, Teriyaki Express in the food court. And what I want to know, What is the mall that you went to? And Greg, did you have like the towns where you had two malls, right? Like you had one competing against the other? What were the name of the malls that you went to?
We weren't we weren't financially stable enough as kids to go to the Stanford Mall because we're not wandering into Neiman Marcus or Macy's as children. But we'd go to Valley Fair was one that we'd go to, or we'd go to Valco. Valco was the other, and Valco had the ice rink, the Encino Man-esque ice rink inside with the arcade and everything set up. Valley Fair was a big one. Valley Fair is still kicking, believe it or not.
Nice.
But taken over by the Dicks and the big gigantic stores that can main to the Targets and the stores again. But I miss a good food court. I miss a good in mall arcade. Going to Lids, going to Zoomies, going to Pacific Sunwear, like all those fun spots. I will ask: is Teriyaki Express available in Buc-ee's now?
Oh, I wish, man. They need to be. Now, Buc-ee's will figure it out. Now, they've got their own teriyaki going, but Teriyaki Express was the spot. Matty Boy said, mine was Bridgewater Commons Mall in Bridgewater, New Jersey. I love it. Tina, ours was Lincoln Mall, but closed in 2015. Yes. Hey, Whale, Valley Hills Mall in Hickory, North Carolina, and Franklin Mills in Philly. I love it, man. Dude, shout out to malls, man. Tony, mine was Hollywood in South Florida, famous for Adam Walsh. Oh, wow. Johnny Boy. So do we still call Madison, Goodlettsville area Rivergate? So, okay, Johnny Boy, look, 615, that's the Nashville area code, all right? Johnny Boy knows exactly. So the area that Rivergate is in is north of Nashville, okay? Not far, but like 15 miles. But the mall was so popular that we didn't even call the area Madison anymore. We didn't call it Goodlettsville anymore. Rivergate, it was called Rivergate, literally, because of how popular that mall was. So Johnny Boy paying respects 100%, man. Duff, Rolling Acres and Chapel Hill both closed for a while now. Yeah, that's the sad part. And you said it right here. Shout out to Orange Julius. No doubt. No doubt. And Sabaro, yes. All right, let's jump into it. Yeah, dude, malls were the best. Keep dropping those in. I want to see them. Winslow, West Farms Mall before window shopping had a name. I was broken and broke. Hey, brother, I know that. 100%, man. Look, but don't touch. I know that world. All right, man. Hey, keep dropping those malls in, man. I absolutely love it. All right, let's jump into it. We got college baseball big today, boy. Let's go. All right, big dog. Let it rip. What you got first?
Yeah, huge Tuesday, like you said, massive college baseball slate, great in-state rivalries, and we'll jump right on to two of them. Oregon State at the high dog number. We will jump on. They are playing University of Oregon. Love the matchup. Love who Oregon State has gone against this year. A lot of low-scoring games. I think that's going to benefit them against an Oregon team that wants to keep it within a low number. Mississippi State with what I think is maybe the game of the day. Mississippi State goes up against Southern Miss, two top 10 teams in this one. I'm going to take my chances again. We're going to roll against Southern Miss. I think Mississippi State coming off that tough loss in extra innings with UCLA motivates them a little bit. And I'm interested to see what this talent level is going to do against another battling Southern Miss team that is scrappy, and boy, can they pitch. And then our play of the day, Moneyline parlay. Arizona will go against Grand Canyon. I like where the Wildcats are going right now, especially on the offensive side. They're starting to get things moving. And we will pair it up with Florida State Moneyline.
Beautiful work, my friend. And we're going to talk about all these games because we have this is a monster Tuesday in college baseball. Huge day. So great job. And you're going Arizona. We're going to Arizona.
Big Grand Canyon fade today.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It worked over the weekend. Real quick, Melody said University Mall and Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been to the University Mall. It was a while ago. I love Little Rock. Melody, good to see you. Hope you're doing great. I love Little Rock. Have you spent a lot of time in Arkansas, Greg, by any chance?
I have not.
Yeah. Arkansas is a great place, man. I grew up. I was born in Texas. grew up in Tennessee. So like Arkansas kind of right in the middle, you know what I mean? And my family's, they're all from Memphis. So Arkansas is right there. A lot of great folks. Melody, good to see you. And yeah, I love the mall talk. And Jinxie said, got to go watch Mallrats soon. Oh my goodness. One of the best movies out there. It's a sailboat. You got to relax your eyes, man. Shout out to Mallrats. Oh my goodness. When they're doing the game show scene and that guy with the long hair is from Clerks, his answers. Oh my goodness. I love that movie. All right. Here we go. NC State. Let me put full screen. NC State money line. Big game today against Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina has been going through it for the last 4 days. They won one, picked it up on Sunday. However, going to turn right back around, and NC State's been hammering folks. So, all right, I'm going to go NC State money line. I'm going to pair that with Tennessee. Tennessee money line. They are going against ETSU, which ETSU is right down the street. So, yeah. Got a very, very local game here, but I like Tennessee in the spot. Alabama money line Alabama money line paired with Virginia money line baseball. We'll talk about these games. Put those two together, minus 105. Then finally, this is in college basketball, North Carolina money line, and I'm going to pair that with Miami of Ohio money line. And we'll talk about all the college basketball games as well, but that's what we have. Greg, excellent work. Myself, we'll see if we get there. When we get the banner up here on the bottom, so we get the picks. Anybody who needs them, right there. Drop in what you have. Wildcats going Western Kentucky, Tennessee, plus 187. I'm telling you, I'm right there with you. All right, let's go through them. Here's what we have. Schedule, and then we'll pull up the odds. So top 25, Radford at West Virginia. Look at this. Coastal Carolina at NC State. Wow. Elon at North Carolina. Oral Roberts at Arkansas. East Tennessee State at Tennessee. Kentucky at Eastern Kentucky. Incarnate Word at Texas A&M. Florida Atlantic at Florida. Georgia at Kennesaw State. Georgia Tech at Georgia State. It's in Atlanta, so it's not too far of a trip. It's at Georgia State. Yeah, it's at the Georgia State complex there. All right, Jacksonville at Florida State. Oregon State at Oregon. Civil War there. Abilene Christian TCU. Mississippi State at Southern Miss, number 4 at number 11 on Tuesday. Samford and Auburn. Dallas Baptist at Oklahoma. Look at this Tuesday. Houston Christian at Texas. UTSA taking on A&M Corpus Christi. And then Cal State Fullerton, the Titans, going up against UCLA, your number 1 Bruins here. So that's what we have in the top 25. Jump into it here. Question real quick. Scott said, hey, B, Greg, do you guys ever do 3-team college baseball parlays? Greg, you do them more than me. I rarely go. Sometimes necessity, you have to. But I try to stick it to. Greg, you like 3s, though, right?
Yeah, I like 3s. A lot of the time, just because of that value, you'll find those 2-teamers that are still like minus 175 or plus, and that's way too high, especially long term with how volatile we know it can be in college baseball. So a lot of the time, I'll either do it with those 2 teams and add it with a favorite with like a Hawaii game, looking at a hedge point, or if you just find 3 favorites you really like and they're a minus 3.5 or so run line. It's something to look at where you're going to get that plus value or at least close to an even number.
I'm with you, man. So, yeah, hopefully that, Scott, hopefully that helped, man, for sure. Great, good answer on that. All right, Omaha, Nebraska. All right, so college baseball here. Let me put up full screen. I know that the odds can be a little tough to see on a phone. Nebraska minus 475 on the money line. I don't have anything here. Greg, anything stand out?
I lean Nebraska, but as we see maybe during the show, the numbers will come out a little more for us. Omaha been up and down. Nebraska's though been fairly impressive this year and handled business against the smaller boys.
Yeah, it's tough to man. I'm with you. Like I'm fully in on Nebraska. Fully in. One thing to note again, and a reminder: these midweek games, as we go, you'll keep seeing them. A lot of them are local teams, right? You're going to see a lot of that week after week. It's easy travel. It's cost effective to get these games in. So you're going to see some of these spots to where some of these smaller teams. I'm not saying it's the World Series for them to win a Tuesday. You know what I mean? But remember, we play in an era now of the NIL transfer portal era where if you're somebody who's playing at Omaha and you'd like to be at Nebraska, Hoss, this is a showcase game for you. You know what I mean? So that's the one concern that you have with these midweek games that are in state, like all of that coming to like ETSU and Tennessee. ETSU can absolutely smoke, right? So those dudes that are at the plate, they're all trying to mash bombs because that gets you paid. As weird as it sounds, So, yeah. Anyways, all right. Nebraska, yeah. All right. Coastal Carolina and NC State. Right out of the gate, 2 p.m. Central today. 2 top 25 teams. We saw Coastal Carolina get beat up a little bit over the weekend, bounce back nicely on Sunday. NC State, who did they play? Stetson, someone like that. And I swear they won every game 17-0. Like, no hyperbole. NC State absolutely raking, throwing well. Greg, what do you see here? Like, my concern is that two things. And number one, Coastal Carolina is still kind of a wild cornered animal after the weekend. Like they want to get this thing back on track. But NC State is just absolutely hammering everyone, and Coastal might be out of pitching at this point. Feels like they played 5 days in a row. What do you see in this game, man?
Yeah, and Coastal dealing with those 2 injuries on their top tier staff is going to catch up to them. I think it's 2 teams going in a different mental direction right now. Coastal's got to get themselves ready for conference play. They need to get themselves healthy for conference play, because if they struggle going into that and they still can't get over these injuries, it's going to be a big deal. We saw kind of how that reflected with the weekend, how they got beat up a little bit Friday and Saturday. And I think it's going to transfer a little bit, carry over to the midweek as well. I think pitching's going to be pressed. And we know what NC State's been doing. They're, if there was a 10-run rule, they've been able to find it pretty consistently. So I think that probably continues in terms of their offensive output.
Yeah, look, perfectly said. And it's hard to fade anything NC State right now. I mean, it's just, again, I understand the competition. It was not the same. Coastal Carolina's out here playing Texas, you know what I mean? But again, I have to think what you said, the health-wise of Coastal Carolina. Like, you're going to get everybody that's a freshman for Coastal today. Everybody that's a freshman, right? NC State might do the same thing. However, they're much more rested, at home, comfortable. Yeah, that's why I'm going with NC State. Again, it's a midweek. They get weird, but – and also, I'll say this too. There's one thing if NC State was playing some team from, a small school near me in Tennessee, right? Why would they care? Well, Coastal, you might be seeing these boys later down the road, right? Like, and you're in the Carolinas. I know, north, south, whatever, but still, a lot of these dudes probably know each other, to be honest with you. So, yeah, man, I'm rolling NC State on this one today. Cincinnati, Western Kentucky. All right, so this was brought up in the chat. Western had paired with Tennessee. That was a good look. Now, Western, the underdog here, plus 105 today, taking on Cincinnati. I like Western Kentucky. I didn't bet it. I looked at betting it. I really, really did. I like this Western team, and I think that these midweek games matter to them. Not that they don't matter to big teams, but every win matters for a school like Western, because they can get in and make some noise when this thing gets to postseason play. ETSU and Tennessee. Again, ETSU, Knoxville, players can take their own cars to the game. Right? Yeah, we don't even need a bus, no hotel. Yeah. We'll see you there at 3. Yeah. Batting practice 3:30. No. ETSU could play though. Yeah, Scott said ETSU at plus 190 seems a little off. Your guys' thoughts? Yeah. And again, I know we rode Tennessee over the weekend and solid after getting whooped by UCLA on Friday. Took 2-3 from the weekend. But I don't fully trust Tennessee either. Now I like where they're at. It was a good weekend for them to get out of that UCLA deal, right? Win Saturday, win Sunday. Anything you have on either of these two, Western Kentucky or Tennessee game?
I would say both of these games feel like overs to me. I think feels like a spot where win or lose, I think Tennessee is going to continue to try to push. They've got to get themselves back into a better spot, and it's going to have to start offensively. I mean, it's been a struggle for them, quite frankly. We're used to seeing this team scoring double digits, and we haven't seen that, and it's been against all versions of pitching staff. So definitely concerns. I would say feels like a backward spot almost. I think ETSU would be more live, in my opinion, if this is Tennessee coming off a big sweep or a 3-game weekend where they felt real good about themselves. I think it's a different spot with how, Sunday was kind of the redemption and savior spot, if anything, to make something out of the weekend that was positive. And then Cincinnati and Western Kentucky, I just worry about where the pitching is going to be after a long weekend as well. It's that second, third week now. Arms are a little tired. There's going to be some of that soreness, and you're still sort of figuring out that rotation. So the over for both of these, if they're reasonable, I think would be a look.
Yep. You're going to get some mashing today. You're going to have a lot of young arms, and the weather's probably pretty warm. We'll go over the weather today, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central when we have the totals. You know what? Not a bad look. ETSU went to Knoxville last year and put it all over the boys. Well, ETSU is live here. 100% they are. They're very live here. Tennessee at home on a Tuesday, minus 250. That'll tell. That's respect, man, to ETSU. ETSU, again, they did it last year. So Jacksonville State and Alabama. All right, I'm on Alabama, paired with Virginia on the money line here. Again, the story with Alabama baseball is just like Alabama basketball. Runs and points, baby, right? That's what Alabama does. We need them to come out, hit. Nothing against Jacksonville State, just Alabama. You just be you. You just come out, be you. Missouri State, Oklahoma State, Alabama's minus 298 on the money line. Apologies. Missouri State at Oklahoma State minus 250. I don't have anything on these. Florida Atlantic and Florida. What'd you think about Florida? Taking 2 from Miami, and then Sunday the game got postponed. Florida minus 520 on the money line. Yeah.
That makes me feel good about my 50-1 on Florida. They're starting to pitch. I'm more impressed with the scores of those games. We saw how Miami's been hitting, and I think it's a credit to Florida's pitching as much as anything. I think Miami's going to be real good as well. So a good early test and positive results for a Florida team that I think is really going to have to, succeed on the hill. We know what they can do offensively. We know what kind of team they are, how they're coached when it comes to postseason time. So I think that's a very positive look over those first 2 games.
Oh yeah, big time. And especially, especially the way that the season started the last 2 years for Florida and the way the seasons went. They've made strong pushes in the second half of the seasons to get themselves, but they dug themselves such a large hole in the first half the last 2 years. And now complete opposite. Florida's out here handing out L's, exactly like you said, too. Could do it on the mound as well as MASH. So, Florida minus 520 there against FAU. Georgia against Kennesaw State. Again, you're going to see a lot of in-state matchups here. Kennesaw State, Georgia's minus 560 for a reason. Jacksonville, Florida State. All right, Jacksonville here. Look out. Now, you're on Florida State here, and I like it. I'm loving what we're seeing from the Seminoles so far this year. Florida State minus 360 on the money line. What do you see out of FSU, man?
Yeah, I think, too, it's, Jacksonville's a team that doesn't lay down with these kind of games. We watched them last year pull a couple upsets against, the Miami, Florida State combos at home for them. So, there is obviously that, positive reinforcement for this team who's done it. But I feel like, especially right now, Florida State has been up and down. And I feel like, again, this is that midweek spot where if they're feeling real good about themselves, 12-13, 14-1, or whatever it may be, dominating everyone, it feels real different than this game. I think Florida State is focused. I think they're much more in tune with what would kind of be a sleepy Tuesday spot. I think we get a much more focused Seminoles team.
Yeah, and we're going to start to see midweek plans come into effect more. And I know that we've seen craziness from these big teams during the midweeks. And you'll still see that, no doubt. But I think that, like you said, going into week 3 of this, next week going into week 4, you're going to start to see the talent of, even when Florida State, for example, is throwing a young guy. Well, that young guy was, a 5-tool player. You know what I mean? So you're going to start to see this stuff line up. And we can trust them a little bit more. Not that we haven't been able to trust Florida State. Georgia Tech, Georgia State. Again, Georgia Tech players can drive themselves. Both of these schools in Atlanta, you're good to go. Georgia Tech minus 520. Nothing to complain about with them. They have been solid. Can't complain. Georgia State plus 350. Scott, Georgia Tech, Georgia State could be the upset of the day. It could happen, man. Look out. There are some traps. Virginia and Charlotte. All right. This could be a trap. I'm on Virginia here. Money line. It's only minus 210 for Virginia. And they've been handing it out to people. We bet Virginia pretty much all weekend. I stopped on Sunday because I got scared, and I shouldn't have. They won again, 5-3, right? Took care of VCU. And again, not that VCU is the best team, but they're not bad. This Charlotte team, their run differential, this team, they can mash. I'm all in, man. Give me Virginia minus 210. It is risky, but again, that minus 210, when we're looking at having to parlay things, that minus 210 does a lot of work. It's tough to pair minus 475s. Minus 210 can do some work for you. Stetson in South Florida, nothing for me there. South Florida likely should handle their business against Stetson. Boston College, FIU. Boston College minus 135 on the money line. Winthrop, Michigan State. Winthrop minus 145 on the money line. Nothing there. Oregon State, Oregon. All right, here we go. All right, so you're on Oregon State money line here. Okay. Plus 155. Taking on the Ducks. What do you got, man? Why do you like them?
Yeah, again, I think a lot of it is to do with that, the early schedule. We've seen Oregon State travel across the country. They've gone all over the place to start the year. It's talking about, some of those early games. The Southern Miss matchups have been great with some of these guys. And I think more than anything, I like where the competition has been and the results. Oregon State struggled a little bit early, so ups and downs. But you know what they've done in every game? They've kept themselves in it. And the pitching staff is a big credit to that. I think Oregon State's offense is a ticking time bomb waiting to start going up. We know what they can do. We know what they've done. And like
they do it every year. Not to interrupt you. You're right. No. Like it feels like it takes them a month and then keep going. Yeah.
I want to remember where they're playing and what they've experienced. They've been indoors for the last while, even though it's not always snowing up there. It's cold. It's wet. It's miserable to be outside. Some of the similar issues with different but same weather that you're getting in the Northeast. These guys don't get a chance to be outside. Look where they play. They immediately go to Arizona. They go across the country. They get out. But it's not like they're leaking into these things. They're playing top-tier talent, and I think it's just a matter of time. I'm not low on Oregon. I just think this is a really, really good buy spot for Oregon State today.
And you get a little hatred in this game, too.
Yeah, it's a big rivalry game. Both these players know each other well. I mean, this is like Southern Miss, Mississippi State today.
Yep, 100%, man. The Civil War. We've got to bring those names back. Yes. Right? Like Oregon State, the Civil War, BYU, Utah, the Holy War. Those are great nicknames. Yeah, we can handle it. We'll be all right. Those are great nicknames for those games. Those have to come back. All right, USC, Upstate, and South Carolina. Look, South Carolina, I was negative on them here on the show on Friday, and they went out and beat Clemson. Lost the next two, but not bad. Like, South Carolina had a decent weekend here. Prince, let me get this up real quick. Live bet alert, Women's World Cup qualifying Europe. Kazakhstan, Armenia, first half over half a goal, plus 100, quarter of a unit play. Prince, thank you, my friend. So good to see you as always, man, and thank you. Yeah, so South Carolina here, I don't know what you're going to get on a Tuesday, but they didn't look bad over the weekend. Like, I've got to give the Gamecocks credit, man. They went up against a very hot Clemson team and stood their ground. Samford at Auburn. Again, in-state game here. Auburn minus 395 on the money line. Loving what I'm seeing here. I don't know what you're going to get from Samford, but Auburn minus 395. Heavy price, but if you're looking for, the pairs that we were talking about, a minus 210, and minus 395, you're kind of getting in the range now. You know what I mean? So Auburn, not a whole lot to break down on this game, but love what we're seeing for the Tigers. Here we go right here. We do have something to break down on this one. All right, Mississippi State and Southern Miss here. So you're on Mississippi State money line, minus 130. It's gone to minus 135 now. What do you see out of the Bulldogs here? This is going to be a great game. Love both of these teams, man. We bet Southern Miss all weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Southern Miss biggest test so far. We'll see. The only question I have, and I like the value right now, the question is, what kind of depth are we going to get from Mississippi State today? But regardless of it, I really like where things are going, especially with how things ended this weekend for Mississippi State. You blow that late lead, you're going to be a little pissy about it. And now you're going to a rivalry where, you're already feeling a little upset about these teams. So I like Mississippi State from the attitude standpoint, especially having to travel. I think it adds even more to it. It's going to be a hostile fan base. You saw they got there last night. It's going to be fun. And I think that this is an SEC environment that, Mississippi State's used to, as good of a Power 5 smaller school situation with Southern Miss. So I love the environment. I love the number, and it's nothing against Southern Miss. This is purely a prove it to me Mississippi State spot.
Yeah, this is a big game, man. This is a huge game. All right, now Prince of Picks real quick. Goal Kazakhstan. This dude just nailed this live play in like 20 seconds. Prince, well freaking done, man. Proud of you, buddy. Oh, Prince of Picks. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that. All right. Yeah, okay, so Mississippi State over this weekend went toe-to-toe with everybody and handled business. I know that they lost, like you were talking about, that game against UCLA, right, late. They blew that. They could have had that one too. Mississippi State can play, baby. This team is good. But you're right. How tired are they? You know what I mean? Like yep. they have been playing big teams all weekend. Southern Miss, not as much, but Southern Miss, we literally bet them all weekend. And they came through all weekend. I love this team. Hattiesburg, Mississippi, shout out to them there. This is going to be a great game, man. And Southern Miss at plus 105. Like, I don't have a play in it, like not going against you, obviously, but anybody like looking for a great baseball game today, this is it, man. Mississippi State at Southern Miss is going to be a great game. Arkansas State, Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech minus 135 here. Dangerous game. Louisiana Tech, we saw them against Southern Miss, did not look good. But that's what Southern Miss does. Could be getting Louisiana Tech on a bounce back spot here. That minus 135 could be nice. UAB, South Alabama. Nothing for me on this one. Minus 145, South Alabama. Dallas Baptist and Oklahoma. Whew. Okay. This is a massive game. And Oklahoma's the ranked team. Dallas Baptist should be too. All right. Oklahoma minus 180 on the money line. Any thoughts you see here?
Yeah, I wish, I wish the DBU number was a little bit higher because I think that there is that weekday value. DBU's been kind of up and down this year. It's so hard to really want to jump on them, kind of like the Oral Roberts teams where you want to hammer them. Those midweek games, they're craving beating those big boys. So, everything in me wants to scream DBU. But, Oklahoma coming off a terrible Sunday game. I mean, Gonzaga's starter made them look like he was Cy Young out there. He looked unbelievable against Oklahoma. And I'm not sure I don't know if that's a credit to him or a discredit to the offensive approach on Sunday because Oklahoma scored like 100 runs on Friday and Saturday. We had them. And then as a 4.5 run favorite on Sunday, they lose outright and get like 3 hits. So are they pissed off or, are they tired? So question mark with the offense. So makes it hard to not want to lean Oklahoma, but the number is not ready.
Yeah. Cal State Fullerton and UCLA. Joseph said DBU's inconsistency has been making me sick. I'm telling you, man, it is the worst. Like, I 100% feel you on this. It is so frustrating. Like when you go to look at those scores, you know what I mean? And you're doing your updates and look, and you're just like, dude. You get mad at them. You know what I mean? Like you start hating to see their logo. I feel you. I feel you 100%. Okay, so UCLA minus 620 on the money line. Okay, so here's the thing. UCLA, number one team in the country. I don't think anybody's questioning it, although there are other great teams at the top. But we're also not looking at it to where it's like, okay, UCLA's, they're 11-0. They're going to lose. No, they've already dropped 2, I think, right? So you're going to get, what I mean by that is that you're going to get standard programming from UCLA. They're going to have their midweek plan set up. Let's get our, number 4 or a young guy that we want to take a look, or another thing, and take a look at the totals today when they come out. Bullpen games could happen as well. You could absolutely see that. But UCLA went through the weekend, played against the top teams in the country, and won all of them. So you're going to get UCLA coming in, looking to get some young guys some time, because everybody went heavy over the weekend, and it was great. But everybody went heavy. I would not be surprised to see UCLA just throwing whatever arms they have. Whoever didn't get to throw this weekend or throw much is going to get heavy time. You know what I mean? It feels like that type of evaluation day and rest day, to be honest, for UCLA. What do you think?
I still think the number's too low. I think that Fullerton is very down. I think that UCLA has to play like their D minus game basically to lose this outright. I mean, almost like a 13-1 loser last night. If anybody thought that LSU was going to be an easy W for you, so you never know. But I think that UCLA is in a spot, even coming off of a big weekend, going back home. I have no faith in Cal State Fullerton. I tried to find every reason to like them in Long Beach this year, and neither of them look good. I've watched a bunch of them. The talent is very questionable. I think UCLA, handles business. I wouldn't say with ease, because it is, like we said, going to be a spot with some backups, but I still expect the Bruins to handle things.
Yep. Johnny boy, for anyone new, college baseball first, college basketball second, NBA afternoon show. Absolutely. And reminder to hit the like button if you forgot. Hey, if you guys could hit the like button, it'd be huge. If you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. Promise, won't ask you for anything else. And Johnny boy, appreciate that big time. Wildcat said I took LSU -4. Oh my goodness, right? UCLA is probably going to be a 3.5 today, probably somewhere right there. Scott said mindset is a big factor in who I bet in college baseball. And UCLA is a great mindset. Well said and agreed. This is a team and a club that stays up, and that's why I brought up the losses. Like I look at that as a positive. This team's lost some games, bounce right back, no problem. You know what I mean? Like they operate like a Major League Baseball team. We play today, we play tomorrow. Hey, everybody be ready to go when it's your day. Be ready. That's how they get down, man, and it's a positive attitude, no doubt. All right, we'll finish this up. Michigan and CSUN. Michigan -345 money line. Nothing from me. Grand Canyon and Arizona. You're on Arizona -210 on the money line. What do you see there?
Yeah, I mean, as much as anything, I was really disappointed with Grand Canyon's pitching. Pacific continued to put up runs on them all weekend. We had Grand Canyon a couple different ways this weekend, which came through pretty well. But I was surprised with how consistent the Pacific pitching was, as well as the shutdown that Pacific's reliever came in and gave them on Saturday. Just missed a 8-1 parlay, unfortunately, with Grand Canyon not getting the over there, but showed me a few things. I also like, as I said, where Arizona's going. Good shutout win last weekend. I like where they are. The pitching's always been, a decent spot in my opinion, but the offense is starting to come around top to bottom. I think this is a really good spot. And Grand Canyon struggled during the week already this season. So I think that they are in a terrific position to handle things today.
Yeah. And fading Grand Canyon has been has been a play. And look, I like this Arizona team. I can't bet them right now. We got to get more from them, but yeah, no doubt. Alonzo, good to see you in the chat. Edwin, good to see you in the chat, big dog. How we doing, man? Edwin said, "Mr. Crew, working. Keep betting." Hey, it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see everybody. I know it's tough to make it every single day, but love to see you. Brig, hey, Hickory Hollow Mall. Yes, that was the other one. We had Rivergate Mall and Hickory Hollow Mall. Hickory Hollow Mall was in Antioch, all right? And Hickory Hollow Mall, dude, 2 levels, huge food court. Oh, Hickory Hollow Mall was the spot, man. That was a great mall. That one went down too, man. Shout out to it. Hickory Hollow Mall was great. All right, last game. Dude, UC Irvine and USC. All right, so USC minus 200. Literally perfect. UC Irvine, love this team. If you had to make a play on this game, where are you going?
Irvine, for all the reasons you just said.
Yeah.
And
when is USC going to lose one, right? Yeah.
And a really good 3-game series for USC against Cal Poly. You know, they played really well. And for those who aren't aware of the Mustangs, they're a team that continues to be on the rise. Larry Lee, who's been there since he recruited me in high school. So it's been there for at least 25, 30 years now. So it's fun to see the Big West continuing to expand. You know, the Long Beach and the Fullertons are down, but these teams are moving up. It's great to see. And like you said, pressure's on. USC continues to win. And believe it or not, pretend it or not, you know that's in the back of their head at a certain point. You know, games get close towards the end here. They win that extra inning game to continue it. And Irvine's been very up and down this year. I think Irvine's still very much underrated. And it's been a little bit of a letdown to start the year. But I think this is a pretty solid number for a what I believe will be a pretty motivated Irvine team.
Yeah, they got a hit because USC has been dominating on the mound, right? Like even midweek games. And Irvine, excellent pitching as well. But yeah, they've got to get it going. Prince of Pigs, live bet alert, Kazakhstan National Basketball League, Kaspi Aktua Astana. Oh, I'm sorry. Astana plus 4.5 minus 125 quarter unit greedy play. I like it. Let's go. Wildcat said Irvine, best team SC has played so far. That is also there. UC Irvine is good. So yeah, plus 154, very live. And I don't want to fade SC one bit. Yeah, whatever.
I will say I lead the under in this game immediately before it's come out.
Yeah. What are they going to come out? 11?
I'm thinking 11.5, 11.
Yeah. Dude, Joseph, hey, the arcade at Hickory Hollow was fantastic. It was fantastic. Joseph is 100% accurate on every syllable of this. Hickory Hollow Mall was the spot, man. It was so good. And everybody went there too. Oh, my goodness. It was the spot. All right. Let's jump to college basketball here. We'll go through this. Tennessee at South Carolina. Tennessee minus 8.5. Total of 143.5. Tennessee over the weekend lost to Alabama at home. And the way Tennessee's been, up, down, right? Now, not necessarily down. I mean, Alabama's a good team. I'm not saying anything negative on the loss on that, right? That's just kind of how they've been. Win, loss, win, loss. South Carolina, not good. 3-13. Tennessee minus 8.5. Unbelievably live today. You're going to get a very motivated Tennessee team here. They need to finish this thing strong. They do not need to lose 2 in a row. Rick Barnes knows they can't lose 2 in a row. So I'm not playing it, but I don't hate it, buddy. Alabama at Georgia. Okay. Alabama minus 1.5. Scott, I said the exact same thing. What is the problem here? Like, and look, I have nothing against Georgia. 20-9, 8-8 in the conference. What? I'm in on Alabama minus 1.5. I'm Lambo. I'm telling you, man. Live or die trying. Bama minus 1.5 plus 105. Yeah, you don't even have to parlay any of this. Now, you have any thoughts here? Yeah, I don't know if you do. Like, I'm not confused, but That grabbed my eye too, man. 1.5. I thought it'd be like 7.5, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that Alabama line seems fishy as can be, but I don't know if they're trying to draw two-way traffic or what the situation is with what do you know that we don't, because it seems extremely too low. I would say on the other side, this feels like that perfect Tennessee to win by like 23 spot tonight, where they just decide we're going to just dominate you from start to finish. We're pissed off losing our last game,
Yeah,
and
they just D you up. Yeah.
and these are the
Yeah.
final, and we're getting to the point where conference tournament time's coming up too, and this is it. So you got to leave a lasting impression on the voters and everybody who's going to be able to position you in the tournament coming up. So the eye test is also important right now, because Tennessee goes out and wins by 25. It's going to stand out versus another close victory. So I think this is a good spot for them.
Yeah. I'm with you. Pat, live bet tennis ATP challenger Thionville, Hugo Blanchett. First set plus 110. Let's go. Yeah. So I'm with you on Alabama. That 1.5. No doubt. TCU at Texas Tech. Texas Tech looking good. Minus 9.5 on the spread here. Total of 148.5. Nothing for me on this game. Wake Forest and Virginia. Virginia minus 14.5, total of 148.5. Big Pat, thanks, AB. Always appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. We all do. Yeah, Prince as well, man. Everybody dropping in the live place. Yeah, thank you. Virginia minus 14.5. I don't have anything on these two games. I like Virginia. I'm not playing 15. I like Virginia in the spot. Clemson, North Carolina. Okay. I like North Carolina in this spot. Money line, just win the game. 3.5-point favorites against Clemson at home. Total of 142.5. Any thoughts you have on this one?
I think it's going to be, the fear I always have is UNC continues to let go of the rope in some of these late games. I've watched it here against Stanford. I've watched it a few other times, but it does feel like a really good spot for them. Cover the 4. I feel like that, you're again in a spot where you've got to make a statement. You've got to finish the year strong. And they're in one of those spots as, the 17 ranked team. Are you going to be a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6? Where are you going to fall? And I think that these last couple of games are, again, another really important spot for them to leave a lasting impression on the voters.
Yeah, you're right on the part of like, this is it. We got to get this thing going now. Prince, AB, did you happen to see that bang? I already know where this is going. Banger game between MGS Oristiadis and Kilkasiakos. The winner played against the winner between Chrono Hagens, Idrots Fornig, and Nurmajarvin. Jalka Paloswera. This is out of control. Prince, well done. It might have been the most difficult one. That one was hard. Lambo said Clemson was an absolute free fall until Saturday, where they faced a Louisville team that couldn't make anything. Yeah, like I'm with you. I think North Carolina handles their business, but even that 3.5 scared me, man. Like that's why I just went money line. Just win the game. But again, I'm right there with you. Wildcat, Bangers, AB's pronunciation. Let's go. Georgetown St. John's. Johnnies are 15.5-point favorites here. Total of 148.5. Whale. UNC is free. I'm right there with you, man. Like, come on, Carolina. Come on, baby. Toledo, Miami of Ohio. Okay. Miami of Ohio. 8.5-point favorites. They are 29-0. We all know what the plan is. They have to win every game. Literally. So these spreads are getting high. These 8.5s, these 9.5s. They only won by 3 the other night. Now, I think you're going to get Miami of Ohio after a close game. You're going to Toledo has their full attention. I don't hate the 8.5, but I have it on the money line paired with North Carolina. Are you concerned about the 29-0?
Yes, I've been concerned since it was like 12-0 because they've been continuing to talk about it. And, Hey,
Hey, they
give
didn't
them
like what Bruce Pearl said. They didn't like that.
That's true. And can you blame them? But I give them a lot of credit. They keep give them what credit is due. I mean, they are getting all the looks. Every game they're getting their best, and you know what? They continue to do it. As I just see on the bottom, I was going to say, you know what? Teams like this to me are perfect under candidates because they start choking the rope at the end of those games, being like, let's just hang on, let's just hold on. It's gone very much from blowing out some of these teams to now it's let's survive. We know where we are. We're this
Survive in
close
advance.
to
They're
the
in tournament mode.
Yes, exactly. So it's it's that time right now. It's been tournament mode for a month and a half for them. So I don't know if I would take the number here, but I would lean the under. 162.5. I like the under in this one.
Yeah, that's a good look. That's a good look. Mississippi State at Florida. Florida minus 22.5. And look, I'm going to give the same analysis that we give with Duke. There is no spread that's off the table. Florida can put up 90-something and hold you to 60-something. They do it all the time. So while I'm not playing Florida minus 22.5, I can't say don't. These monster spreads are the ones that hit. So if you're somebody saying, look, I'm gonna roll with that. I don't hate the idea. Oregon and Illinois. Illinois 18.5-point favorite here. Oregon not good. Tough season here for the Ducks. I don't know if I'm taking Illinois 19, but yeah, you might look at a team total here. Illinois might get the job done. Kansas and Arizona State. All right. Kansas 5.5-point favorites. I love Kansas in the spot. Nothing against Arizona State. Love Kansas here. Total of 151.5. I might look at I don't know. I think Kansas is going to come out and score. Kansas team total might be a look. You have a thought on either of these games here?
Yeah, I kind of lean the over in the Kansas game. I think that those two teams don't have a problem going up and down together. So start seeing some shots fall early. Wouldn't surprise me to see this one get moving. In terms of the Oregon-Illinois game, no play. I'm super down on what I've seen. Oregon's been a major disappointment, obviously, but too big of a number for me to look at an Illinois team who's getting prepped for tournament time.
Yeah, this could be a Kansas spot. Could be. Vanderbilt at Ole Miss. Look, this is the riskiest game on the board in college basketball. Ole Miss is 4-12 and can win. Seriously. Vanderbilt's only a 6.5-point favorite on the road. And again, Ole Miss is 4-12 in the SEC. But they can win this game. Vanderbilt is just like Tennessee and Kentucky. Those three are the same teams. Tony, just can't trust. I know that Tennessee, Vandy, and Kentucky are the exact same basketball teams. So we saw Vanderbilt get whooped by Kentucky over the weekend. And the reason I say it's risky is Vanderbilt could win this game by 40. Easily. Like, I don't mean easily, but you get what I'm saying. They could go and whoop the dog out of Ole Miss. Very much so, if you get them motivated. But if they're not, if it's one of those tough fought games, look out, man. Nebraska, UCLA. UCLA, 1.5-point favorite against number 9, Nebraska. UCLA loving it, man. 11-7. They're hustling. They're trying. Any thoughts you have? UCLA being the favorite here against Nebraska.
It's still, I don't know how long, it may never change, but seeing a ranking next to a Nebraska basketball team is still just, especially a top 10 ranking is confusing and also impressive. I don't know. You know what? I've been all over with this Nebraska team this year. Obviously some of the sickness and the injuries that were going on when they had that little bit of a hiccup, but they've continued to play really, really well. I think it's a value spot for Nebraska, if anything. I mean, UCLA been up and down, but you're getting a 14-4 Big Ten team in Nebraska who's competed and played well all season. I think that they handle business tonight. I like them as the underdog.
Yeah, like, are we looking at this the same way as we did with that Alabama game, where we're saying what? that spread does not compute, right? Now, Nebraska, say what you will, home, road. You can say that about anybody. Everybody likes playing at home. UCLA really needs this game, though. They both do. Not that Nebraska, quote, needs it, but okay, you are going to get – I think this is going to be a hell of a basketball game. But what do we do with the total? 73-71. I think I dig the total more than anything. The over. Now, again, it is March, so games are going to get defensive, but Addison, Kirill Kaprizov is tied for most goals in Minnesota Wild history. He can take the lead tonight versus Tampa Bay. Kaprizov goal plus 135. Beautiful. Thank you, Addison. Yeah, Tony, I agree with you. I think the over might be the best play. There we go. All right. Let me get the picks back up on the screen and we'll bounce out of here right at an hour. All right. We'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll also be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern to break down week 4 of college baseball. So come join us. Come hang out. Deborah says Jackson State baseball today versus Alabama. Yeah, that game is going to be something right here. And I'll tell you what. So I'm on the Alabama side. NC State money line, Tennessee money line plus 105. Alabama money line, Virginia money line minus 105. North Carolina, this is in basketball, North Carolina money line, Miami of Ohio money line, minus 105. And Deborah, I'm right there with you. I think that that over in that game. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Deborah. I think there's going to be a lot of runs in that Jacksonville State Alabama game. 100%. I'm with you. All right. So NC State money line, Tennessee money line plus 105, Alabama money line, Virginia money line minus 105. Those are both college baseball. And then college basketball, North Carolina money line, Miami of Ohio money line minus 105. Big Greg, what you got, buddy? I'll pull up full screen.
All college baseball for us today. Oregon State money line going against Oregon. We like the Beavers. Mississippi State today going against Southern Miss. We love Mississippi State in that big rivalry. And then our money line parlay of the day, Arizona money line with Florida State money line.
Beautiful work, my friend. Nice job. All right. Like I said, we'll be live today, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central to break down totals in college baseball today, plus the NBA, and we'll finish up college basketball as well. And we'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern to break down week 4 of the college baseball season. Greg, any final thoughts, man? Great job. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, have another great week. We'll see you tomorrow morning. And let's keep cruising through. Everybody have a wonderful Tuesday.
Absolutely, man. You said it best. Crew, great job today. You absolutely crushed it. I love it. All right, we'll see you live at 3 p.m. Eastern. Until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody.